want to solve this trigonometric equation. We want to find the value of theta in this trigonometric equation. Now, how do we go about this? First of all, because cos theta is common, let's, x be equal to cos theta. Okay? Yes. So by the time you put x to be cos theta, then we have we have 2, because this is cos theta. Now we want 2x squared, because we assume that cos theta is common. So let's represent it by x. So that would be what? 2 cos theta would be what? 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. This has given us what? A quadratic equation. So we now factorize. Let's factorize it. Factorizing gives, just factorize 2x squared, fine. You're looking for the what? Product of 2x squared. And that's what? Minus 2x minus x, fine, plus 1 is equals to 0. Beautiful. So what is coming here? 2x into x minus 1 into what? X minus 1 is equals to 0. Fine. Okay. So 2x minus 1, you pick this one on this, into brackets, x minus 1 is equals to 0. Beautiful. So now gives what? 2x minus 1 is equals to 0. 2x is equals to 1. That when not goes there. And so, what do you have here now? X to be equals to 1 over 2. That is, by the time you divide both sides by, let me write this, that's here. Let me write that here. So we clean it up, clean this up. Let me write it here. So from here now we have what? 2x is equal to 1. Okay. That implies x is equals to 1 over 2. So we have gotten one of the roots of the equation. Now the second one, when x is, now the second one now, x minus 1 is equals to 0. X minus 1 is equals to 0. X minus 1 equals 0. X equals to 1. So therefore our x is equals to half or 1. Fine. Now, don't forget that in the question, we are not given x. We are the one that introduced x. And x was substituted for something when we started. So now, we now say for x equals to half, since x is equals to cos theta. So when x is now equals to half, we have half equals to cos theta. I hope you get that. So how do you now get the value of theta here? So when you take cos inverse of both sides, you have what? Cos inverse of half equals to theta. And what's cos inverse of half will give you theta, because by the time you take cos inverse, this one will be left with theta. This one will now be cos inverse of half is what? The one that will give you half when you find the cos inverse. That is what? That's what? 60 degrees. That's 60 degree is equals to theta. Yes. If you look for the cos of 60, you get half. So the cos inverse, that's just the inverse of that. So, which in radians, 60 is what? Pi all over 3 is equals to theta. Pi in radian is what? 180. So 180 divided by 3, you get 60. Now that is for that one. Now when x is now 1, let me clean this. When x is 1, so when x is 1, that is x equals to cos theta, that implies 1 equals to cos theta. So you find the r cos of 1 is equals to theta. So what value of cosine will give us 1? The r cos of that 0. So that's 0 degree equals to theta, because cos 0 is 1. Okay. Now, and that remains 0. That remains 0. And don't forget, this particular question is saying that because we have to find the boundaries between 0, theta less than 0. Let me show you the range. The range of theta is 0 degree less than equals to theta less than equals to 2 pi. 2 pi is what? 360. So that means it's an entire quadrant. We are looking for the value of theta in the entire quadrant. So we have gotten theta to what? Theta to be 0 degree, and theta is what? Pi over 3. Now for the total now, the entire quadrant now, so theta will be what? 2n pi plus pi over 3. What do I mean? Now, if you want to get, this is the entire, it's a complete cycle now, from 0 let's say we move from 0 here, 90, 180, 270, to back to 360. So the entire cycle covers a 360 degree. Okay, that's the range given to us there, this question. So now that implies that this could be plus or minus, because if it is plus, it will go outside 360, but if it is minus, it will be within 360. So that implies that 2n pi, you look at our n pi. If pi is 180, this 360 degree, 360, when n is 1 now, 360, if you put a plus pi over 360, that is outside 360. Okay, that means we need the one of minus 60. That will give us what? That will give us 300. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying here, what I'm doing here. This is going to be plus or minus. For us to get the general formula, general value of theta, this is the principal value, 2n pi. So when n is 1 complete revolution, you have 2 pi. That's how you have 2 pi here. So 2 pi is 360. Okay, now if we use minus, because the whole of this is 60, 360 minus 60, it's 300. It's within 360. But if you use plus, this is plus, 360 plus 60, that'll be 420. So we don't need that, because we are told that the range of our theta should be between 0 and 360. So in this case now, we pick the negative one, which is 300. Now, what is 300 in radians? Now, since, in radians, 1 radians is equals to what? 180 degree. Okay? Now, let's say x radian now. X, we don't know. Let's x pi in radians. Sorry, pi radians is equals to 180 degree. X now will be 300. We want to know the value of 300 in pi radian. So if cross multiply, you have 180x. I hope you are following. Oh, let me write it clearly. Oh yeah, let's go. Now cross multiply, you have 300 pi will give us what? 180 degree x. Okay, don't forget we are looking for what x stands for. So 300 pi all over 180 now is equals to x. The 0 cancel there here, 6 here 5, 6 here 3. So x now, x in radian now, that's what 5 pi all over 3 is equals to x. Okay, so that means that 300 degree is same thing as what? 5 pi over 3. 300 degrees is same thing as what? 5 pi over. Therefore our theta now will be what? 0, pi over 3, and 5 pi all over 3. So that's the answer. Bye.